This broadcast of Stoughton High School Boys Basketball is brought to you through generous support of these WSTO supporters. Stoughton Hospital, a proud supporter of WSTO programming. Stoughton Hospital is a 2010 Wisconsin Forward Award Master recipient, providing exceptional personalized service. Trusted care close to home. The UPS Store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. 2364 Jackson Street, next to Papa Murphy's. Crest Funeral and Cremation Services, love and concern in action. The three things Crest values the most are service, service, and service. A proud supporter of WSTO programming. Radio Shack and Hanson Electronics of Stoughton. Your local U.S. Cellular and Dish Network authorized dealer. Pizza Pit of Stoughton, a proud supporter of WSTO programming and the official pizza of WSTO's staff. We welcome you to Stoughton High School for high school boys basketball tonight. It's the Stoughton Vikings and the Milton Redhawks. Coach Nolan Weber out on the floor right now on senior night talking about the seniors.
Consistently throughout the year and found ways to make us better as a team. And I just really want to thank them for their commitment to Stoughton basketball and to making this one of the best programs in the area over the last 5 or 6 years. And their involvement has been key to that. So now we will announce each player, and our juniors will present them with a small gift for our basketball.
First off, number 2, Nick Hutcherson. Number 10, Darvell People. Number 13, Mitch Fuller. Number 15, David Griffin. Number 22, Troy Slavey. Number 25, Kyle Goodman. Check that, number 24, sorry about it. Number 25, Derek Gilbertson. And number 33, Nathan Ruger. Also at this time, we want to recognize our cheer squad seniors. We have 2 cheer squad seniors, Augustina Brestard and Avery Ness. Ladies, thank you for all you have done for high school cheer. You ladies are amazing young women. Good luck in your future endeavors. We will miss you. And also our dance team seniors. Tonight we'll also be celebrating the dance team seniors. Congratulations to our senior dancers, Taylor Buell, Madeline Beach, Madeline Falk, Anna Jake, and Rachel Offerdahl. We have been honored to have you in our Stoughton Dance program the past 4 years and cannot thank you enough for the hard work, dedication, and sacrifice you have given your teammates and coaching staff. Each of you played an integral role in building our team and what it is today. You were on our school's first competition team, went to the state dance championships for the first time in school history, and have developed, check that, and have helped continue to build the Stoughton Dance legacy among a long list of other accolades. Remember your time on this team and take the lessons you have learned here at SHS through life. Thank you, seniors.
And there are the seniors out on the floor and being introduced, the senior players of the basketball team, the senior cheerleaders, and also the senior members of the dance team. James Weingard with you tonight from Stoughton High School on our season finale of boys basketball here on WSTO TV. It is nice to have you with us, and taking a look at this matchup tonight, the Milton Redhawks come in to the game
1-9 in the Badger South. They are 2-18 overall. They're last in the Badger South at the moment. Milton lost to Baraboo 73-57. They in their last game, they beat Oregon 62-53. Lost to Fort Atkinson 59-49. They lost to Monona Grove 73-38, and they lost to Edgewood by a score of 59-41. Meanwhile, the Vikings coming in off of a couple of nice wins over the last week or two. The Vikings are 8-1 in the Badger South, good enough for first place. They are 16-3 overall. Vikings coming in off of a win against Monroe, 91-68 earlier this week. They beat Seymour 73-54, lost to Monona Grove 93-85, lost to Wanakee 84-70, and they beat Oregon by a score of 77-59. The Vikings have 2 regular season games remaining in the regular season, and the first one will be on the 21st, which is, let's see, today is the 17th, so that would be Tuesday, and that'll be against Fort Atkinson. And then they'll be in action next week on the 23rd, and that game is at Edgewood and will likely be for the conference championship, as Edgewood is the team trailing the Vikings in the Badger South standings. Now, the last time these two teams met, the Redhawks and the Vikings, was the very first game of the season for the Vikings, and it was the second game of the year for the Redhawks, and the Vikings ran away with it, as a matter of fact. Final score in that first matchup was 87-30. And for the Redhawks coming into this matchup, offensively they score 46.4 points per game. Defensively they give up 64.7. And for the Vikings, on the offensive side, they score 81.7, and that is good for first place in the Badger South. Defensively, they give up 62.5. I should also make mention of the fact here, before we get too deep into our broadcast tonight, unfortunately, unless something has changed and I don't know about it, we will not have our normal score bar across the bottom of the screen. We had a technical problem before the game, so you're stuck relying on me tonight for pretty much all of the details. So I will do as best I can to walk you through what should be an interesting matchup here this evening. So we will go to our national anthem here in just a second. We'll get the official starting lineups for both teams, and then we'll get our last regular season home game for the Vikings underway. And of course, we honor the seniors tonight: Nick Hutcherson, Darvell Peoples, Mitch Fuller, David Graffine, Troy Slavey, Kyle Goodman, Derek Gilbertson, and Nathan Kruger. And we are just about set for the
Good evening, basketball fans, and welcome to Stoughton High School and Stoughton
start of our contest here tonight. And a reminder that you can find us on WSTO.tv online as well, and you can watch us live there, and also on videos on demand of previous games, meetings, and other events.
Good sportsmanship is what sets our school apart. A message from Stoughton athletes.
And before we get our starting lineups for the Redhawks and the Vikings, we are going to pause to honor America with the playing of our national anthem.
For the playing of our national anthem.
All right, there's our national anthem. And now we get ready for our starting lineups. Again, the Vikings 8-1, first place in the Badger South, 16-3 overall. The Redhawks are 1-9 and 2-18 in the Badger South. And we're going to get our starting lineups coming up here next, and then the opening tip. And right now we will start off with our starting lineups. First, for the visiting Milton Redhawks.
Against your Stoughton Vikings. And now the starters first for Milton. Number 2, a senior, Ethan Hansen. Number 5, a junior, Mark Bowditch. Number 10, a senior, Isaac Phillips. Number 24, a junior, Kyle Hanuska. And number 34, a senior, Noah Phillips. Milton is led by head coach Zach Corelli. He's assisted by Gary Corelli and Derek Davis. And now the starters for your Stoughton Vikings. Number 2, a senior guard, Nicholas Hutchinson. Number 13, a senior guard, Mitch Fuller. Number 15, a senior big man, Nathan Crosby. Number 24, a senior forward, Kyle Goodman. Number 25, a senior forward, Jerry Gilbertson. The Vikings are led by head coach Willie Hubbard. He's assisted by Mike Wendorf, Dan McLean, Sean Crucigar, and Reed.
5 seniors get the start for the Vikings tonight. And we get ready to go for this last home game, regular season home game of the season. Again, the Vikings are on the road next week. They will be at Fort on the 21st and then at Edgewood to round out the regular season on the 23rd. So it's going to be David Graffine, Kyle Goodman, Mitch Fuller, Nick Hutcherson, and Derek Gilbertson getting the start tonight for the Vikings. Isaac Phillips to jump against Graffine, and the Vikings win the opening tip. And off we go. Graffine, Goodman, directs traffic, bounce pass in, and that's stolen away by Milton, and it's Isaac Phillips. Ethan Hansing, the 5'9" senior for Milton, comes across the timeline. Hutcherson on him on the wing. And down to inside the arc. Bounce pass out back to the top now for Kyle Hanuska. Back down to the corner here on this side. A little over 30 seconds gone here in the opening half. And a stop at the block. They come back out now to Phillips, and they wrap it around the perimeter to the other side for Hanuska. Moves to the free throw line, kicks it out to the corner for Phillips. Phillips stops on the wing, throws it out toward the half-court line. Hanuska with it. And now Phillips. Minute gone here in the first half. Down to the corner now for Hanuska once more, and back out to the top for Phillips. To the other side. And a steal by Nick Hutcherson for the Vikings, and here comes Stoughton. Hutcherson, nice pass down underneath, and that's blocked by Phillips, and back comes Milton. Hansing. Lost it into the backcourt. And Hutcherson from the floor picks it up. Kyle Goodman has it just inside the arc here near side. Hutcherson with it now to the block. Nice pass across. Bounced at the feet, saved by Stoughton. Out to Goodman above the arc. To the other side, three on its way. Back iron, no good. Rebound loose and picked up by the Redhawks. Coming up on 2 minutes gone here in the first half. 16:09 left. Down to the corner now on this side for Bowditch, and that's out of bounds. Last touch by Milton. And a sub coming in, A.J. Gray for the Redhawks. "16 minutes even to play in the first half. Scoreless thus far. And Hutcherson with it, top of the arc. And to the free throw line, Kyle Goodman down to the block. Spin move, little hook shot is good. And Kyle Goodman has the first basket of the night for the Vikings. And it is 2-0. 15:40 to go in the first. Gray with it for the Redhawks to the block and out to the near side on the wing. That is to Phillips. Back up top for Hanuska. Hanuska with Hutcherson defensively on him. Hutcherson, a little too much body. Referee finally calls a foul on him, and that'll be his first, team foul number 1. 15:25 to go. Baseline drive, and that's taken away by Goodman for the Vikings. And Goodman, long pass up to Graffine. Baseline, pull-up jumper off the glass, no good. Rebound tip. Milton came in from out of bounds. That was Bowditch. And the ball will go back to the Vikings. 15:13 left. Inbounds play, Hutcherson on the wing. Out to the top now for Gilbertson. Near side, Graffine for three. Got it! David Graffine for three. And it's 5-0 Stoughton. 15:05 to go in the first. Hanuska, top of the arc. Near side wing, that will go to Phillips. Back out on top again. Here's a drive down the lane, foul called. Noah Phillips on the drive. The foul is against 25, and that's Derek Gilbertson. That's his first. Team foul number 2. Noah Phillips on the free throw line, shooting 2. Second one is good, so that gets the Redhawks on the board now. It's now 5-1. 14:47 to go, first half. And up above the arc is Kyle Goodman. Inside, turnaround shot off the glass, no good. Tipped in the air. Goodman's got it back out at the wing. Moves to the free throw line. Stops at the block, gets rid of it. Back out to Mitch Fuller. Hutcherson, near side, nice shot there. Derek Gilbertson with the bucket. He's got 2, and it's 7-1. 14:23 to go. Down to the corner far side for Bowditch for Milton. Inside pass to the lane, out of bounds, last touch by the Redhawks, and a turnover by Milton. 14-17, time remaining in the opening half. Vikings leading 7-1. Hutcherson on the floor with the ball, far side wing. And the free throw line, stops in the lane, gets rid of it outside for Graffine, who's got a three-pointer already here in the early going. Kyle Goodman with it, stops, free throw line, off the front iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Mark Bowditch for Milton. Bowditch to the other side of the top of the arc for Hanuska. Inside pass, that was at the feet of A.J. Gray, and it skips out of bounds. 13:47, time left here in the first half. And a sub coming in as Danny Weitzel in for the Redhawks. And out goes Hanuska. 13:47 to play. Vikings in front, 7-1. All seniors on the floor at the moment. Another one coming in. Actually, 2 more coming in. Here's a 3. Good! Derek Gilbertson for 3. And he has 5. And a timeout taken by Milton. 13:32 to play in the first half. Vikings leading 10-1. So coming out of the timeout, there'll be a couple of subs coming in. Nate Kruger will be going in for the Vikings, Troy Slaby as well. Vikings already 2 of 3 from beyond the three-point line. They're 4 of 10 from the field overall already tonight. And Milton's only point, of course, has come by way of free throw. They're 1 of 2 from the line, have only taken but 1 shot from the field so far. 13:32 left in the first half. And on the floor now for the Vikings, it's Slaby, Graffine, Kruger, Goodman, and Mitch Fuller. Danny Weitzel with it for the Redhawks. And over to the far side wing, that will go to Isaac Phillips. A.J. Gray with it now. Inside the arc on this side is Bowditch. And a bounce pass down to the block. Kruger comes out to challenge him. That's Phillips. Nice pass into the block. That's rejected by Graffine, out of bounds. Another sub coming in. Darvell Peoples in for the first time. And Mitch Fuller out. 13:04 left in the first half. Vikings leading 10-1. Inbounds play, and that's batted out of the air by Graffine, who very nicely goes and tracks down the ball all the way to the other end of the court. Inbounds play for the Redhawks coming from the far sideline, and that's Bowditch to do the inbounding duties. Comes in to the Viking logo for A.J. Gray. Bowditch got bonked in the chin, wasn't expecting the pass, or maybe he was and it just came up high on him. Bowditch to the block through a double team. Back out to the near side wing for Phillips. And it'll be to Noah Phillips back on this side for A.J. Gray. Just out of the reach of Goodman. Here's a 3, short. Rebound tracked down by Goodman for the Vikings. Graffine was back ahead of the pack, got the ball back and scores. David Graffine with 5, and it's 12-1. 12:21 to play in the first half. A.J. Gray to the rack, blocked by Kruger, and that goes out of bounds. We've talked about Nate Kruger in the past couple of games. The Vikings, during the JV game, sit down right in front of us in the bleachers a few rows down. And Kruger's got these great big huge football paws, and that time he just batted that ball out of bounds into the padding. Inbounds play, and that was last touch by Noah Phillips for Milton, and the ball's turned over back to the Vikings. Troy Slaby with it now with 12:12 to go first half. Vikings leading 12-1. And it is Darvell Peoples inside to Goodman at the block. Couple of spin moves. Goes one way, back the other way. Shot missed. Rebound comes down to Bowditch. Long pass ahead. Peoples saves it, and Slaby has it for the Vikings. Slaby back the other way. Stops. And over to Goodman on the wing. Back outside for Slaby. Under 12 to play in the first half. Slaby, pull-up jumper, free throw line, way short. Rebound comes down to Noah Phillips for the Redhawks, and the outlet pass will go to A.J. Gray. 11:38 left in the first, 12-1 Vikings. Gray into the front court. Over on the far sideline now, it's Griffin Allen who's checked in. Allen to Gray between the circles. And over to the far side now, that will go to Bowditch. Graffine on him. Bowditch, nice pass through a bunch of traffic. Back to the outside. Gray down to the corner. A 3 is good. Griffin Allen for 3, and it's 12-4. Coming up on 11 minutes to play here in the first half. Troy Slaby with it for the Vikings in the corner. Now moves to the wing, dumps it back to Nate Kruger in the corner for 3. That's an air ball. Rebound on the other side, Bowditch. 10:48 left in the half. Vikings up 12-4. Bowditch with it between the circles. Stops on the near side wing and batted away by Slaby. Graffine spins his way out toward the sideline. Graffine down to Kruger underneath, and he'll score. Nate Kruger has his first basket, and it's two points for him, and it's now 14-4 with 10:26 to play in the first half. Gray with it across the timeline. Slaby meets him defensively. Gray over to the wing on the far side over there, and the skip pass back to this side for A.J. Gray, and that's whacked out of his hands by Slaby. Jordan DiBenedetto and Max Fernholtz checking in for the Vikings. Josh Terrell in for Milton. Kyle Goodman and Graffine out for the Vikings. So just about the normal starting five. Nice pass down the lane. Layup is good for A.J. Gray, and that is his first basket, and it's 14-6 with 10 minutes to go in the half. DiBenedetto stops just above the arc. Here's Darvell Peoples near side for three, and a foul called, and he's going to head to the line for 3 free throws. Milton foul, 23, Griffin Allen, that's his first.
Team first, shooting 3 for the Vikings, be number 10, Darvell Peoples.
So Darvell Peoples now for 3 free throws. First one is good. Second one is good as well. And Peoples hits all 3 of them. So with those 3 made free throws, it's now 17-6, 9:53 left in the first half. Kyle Hanuska, who just checked in a moment ago, has the ball for the Redhawks, and he got bumped from behind by his own teammate down to the corner here on this side, and that is Griffin Allen. Across to the other side, A.J. Gray, DiBenedetto on him, and that's through the hands out to half court, and then whacked into the Viking bench, and it's going to stay with Milton. So 17-6, 9:31 to play. Vikings up by 11. Inbounds play will go to Josh Terrell. Darvell Peoples on him. Inside pass, nice look there. Oh, right-hand layup, no good for Griffin Allen. And here's Slaby to the block. Underhand scoop shot, no good. Peoples tips it to DiBenedetto for the offensive rebound. Now Fernholtz, near side Slaby. Slaby gets free, nice dish underneath the Kruger. That shot's no good. Nate got his own rebound. Slaby's got it back out at the top. Here's Fernholtz, back to the inside for Kruger. Outside Peoples. Under 9 minutes left in the half. Here's Fernholtz for 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound, batted, and DiBenedetto has it. DiBenedetto down the lane, up and good. Jordan has his first basket tonight, and it's 19-6 with 8:38 left. Back into the front court now. This is Hanuska. A.J. Gray with it. And that's intercepted by Slaby off the pass. 2-on-1 back the other way. Slaby, DiBenedetto up and good. 21-6, 8:19 left. DiBenedetto has 4. And long pass on the other end. Up and good for Josh Terrell. That's his first basket tonight. And it is now 21-8. Coming up on 8 minutes remaining here in the opening half. Slaby, pull up 3, short. Rebound goes to no one except the baseline, and it's out of bounds. Brady Shipper and Tommy McLean in for the Vikings.
Brady Shipper and number 23, Tommy McLean.
Bowditch back in for the Redhawks. And Hansing back in as well. Pressure applied by the Vikings, leading 21-8, 7:50 to play in the opening half. Into the front court. Zip pass across, partially deflected by McLean. On the outside is Noah Phillips, who also checked back in. Hansing. And now on the wing, that's Hanuska. Hanuska to the block, stripped by DiBenedetto, and he's got a head of steam up, and the layup is good. DiBenedetto has hit 3 in a row. He's got 6 in the game, and it's now 23-8, and a steal. McLean has it. Fernholtz winds up for 3, short. Offensive rebound, Slaby off the glass, partially blocked. Rebound comes down to Bowditch. Bowditch with it across the timeline. Slaby meets him defensively, stops at the top of the arc. Slaby reaching in, bumped from behind, foul called, and that'll go against Slaby, and that'll put number 5, Mark Bowditch, on the free throw line for 2 for the Redhawks. 7 minutes, 5 seconds, time remaining here in the opening half. Vikings leading 23-8, and Bowditch on the line to try 2, and the first one is short. Nick Hutcherson back in for the Vikings. Slaby out. Isaac Phillips back into the Milton lineup. And Griffin Allen sits down. Second free throw rattles through, and it's now 23-9 as Bowditch has his first point tonight. Approaching 7 minutes to play here in the opening half. Brady Shipper inside McLean. Foul called. Basket will count. And McLean heads to the line to try and convert a three-point play. Foul on 34, Noah Phillips. And that will be his first, second team foul. Tommy McLean on the free throw line to try and convert a three-point play. And McLean has 3, 26-9. Milton ball in the backcourt. Hanuska around Hutcherson. Hanuska to the lane. Finger roll layup is good. And that is 2 for him, and it's 26-11. Fernholtz lost the handle on it. Ball's in the lane. Fernholtz gets it back, drifts back to the corner. Spot 3. Back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Noah Phillips. Trapped in the backcourt. Hands it off to the sideline, and that's Isaac Phillips. And now Hanuska with it. 6:20 remaining in the first half. On the near side wing, that will go to Noah Phillips. Between the rings, Isaac Phillips with it. Hanuska, and that's intercepted by Shipper. DiBenedetto ahead of him. Nice pass ahead to DiBenedetto. It's blocked, and then out of bounds, last touched by Milton. Kyle Goodman in, Fernholtz out for the Vikings, and Danny Weitzel in for the Redhawks. 6 minutes, 5 seconds, time remaining here in the first half. Vikings in front, 26-11. And Hutcherson to inbound. Nice pass into Goodman. Back outside to Hutcherson in the corner. Baseline drive. Into the lane. Kicks it outside. Shipper, spot 3. Way too strong. Rebound on the weak side comes down to Noah Phillips. 5:50 to play in the opening half. Lobbed ahead to Isaac Phillips. Kyle Goodman on him. 5:43 left. Vikings up by 15 at 26-11. And that almost intercepted, but Isaac Phillips has it. And now it's to Bowditch. Bowditch looking. Noah Phillips has it again. And now Weitzel inside to the block. Turnaround jumper over Goodman is short. Rebound comes down to Goodman. And it's a 3-on-3. Touch pass into the lane, and that's right back to McLean off the save. And McLean's got another basket. 28-11. McLean has 5, and we have 5:05 to go in the half. And that's a foul on Brady Shipper as Hansing was heading down the floor. So Shipper with the foul. That's 1 on him. 5:04 to go, first half. Vikings 28, Milton 11. And into the front court is Bowditch. Back to the outside now, free throw line. Zip pass off into the corner for Weitzel. They'll wrap it around to this side, down to the block again, and that's Phillips. Hansing above the arc. Cross to the other side on the wing now, and that's Allen, Griffin Allen. And that's 4 rows into the stands and actually came up almost to the wall. Darvell Peoples in, out goes Jordan DiBenedetto. 4:37 to play in the first half. Vikings 28 and Milton 11. And Brady Shipper runs the floor for Stoughton. Stoughton in the white, of course, and Milton in red. And into the lane, jump stop, outside Goodman. Free throw line, spin move there. Left-hand shot, no good. Offensive rebound, McLean put back is good. And it's now 30-11 with 4:18 to go. Hansing down the middle of the floor. Stops on the wing, bobbled it off of his hip. Now back the other way. Kyle Goodman with it. Goodman up to the outside. Darvell Peoples for three. Nope. Tommy McLean, weak side board off the block. Goes back out to Peoples inside the arc, moves to the block, and that shot is no good. Rebound comes down to Weitzel for the Redhawks, and now Hansing starts the run, tipped away from behind by Hutcherson into the end of the Viking bench. And Slaby and Kruger back in for Stoughton. A.J. Gray returns for Milton. 3:46 left in the first half. Vikings in front, 30-11. Redhawks ball, long inbounds pass goes to the backcourt where Bowditch has it. Bowditch hands it to A.J. Gray. 3:36, 35, and 34 to go in the first half. Near side corner, baseline cut off there. Weitzel back out to the top. Kruger has it. Long pass ahead to Goodman. Goodman stops, and that's going to be a foul on the drive. Foul against Griffin Allen, and that'll be 2 on him. Third team foul. So the Vikings with 4 team fouls and Milton with 3. Stoughton ball to inbound. Slaby into Hutcherson on the wing. Kruger with it now. Slaby late coming in from out of bounds, trying to sneak in, maybe pull off a quick 3. Slaby's got it back near side wing, hands it to Hutcherson. He'll take a long 3. In and out, no good. Kruger, nifty rebound, nice pass to Slaby. His shot no good. Tried to tip it back in. Loose ball, Peoples comes away with it, and Hutcherson has it in the corner. 3 minutes to go. Peoples, free throw line, jump stop, one way, comes back the other and puts it up and in. 32-11. And Peoples has 5, 2:50 to go. Hanuska with it for Milton. Bounced ahead to the wing. And that is Griffin Allen. A.J. Gray with it between the circles. Bumped against Hutcherson. And now Bowditch with it. 2.5 to go. Back to this side for Allen. Isaac Phillips with Kruger staring at him. Kruger just reached up and bopped the ball out of his hands, and then Milton is going to call a timeout, a 30-second timeout. We have 2:17 remaining in the first half. Vikings in front by a score of 32-11. Vikings 13 of 37 from the field, 11 of 25 from inside the arc, 2 of 12 from beyond the arc, and Milton 4 of 10 from the field, 3 of 8 from two-point land, 1 of 2 from beyond the arc. Vikings 4 of 4 from the free throw line, and the Redhawks are 2 of 4 from the free throw line. Coming out of the timeout, 2:17 remaining here in the first half. Vikings leading 32-11. And Hanuska to inbound for the Redhawks. Throws it into the backcourt where Allen has it. Now Hanuska picks it back up. 2-12, 11, and 10. Hanuska missed the layup. Rebound comes down to Goodman. Lobbed ahead to Slaby. Hutcherson on the baseline. Nice pass back across to Kruger, and he'll score. Kruger with the basket, and it's now 34-11. Kruger has 4. We have 1:50 to go in the opening half. Hanuska into the corner. Allen, Hanuska gets it back on the block, got behind Goodman. Nice job there getting down to the baseline, 34-13. And Hanuska has 6. 1.5 left. Near side, Slaby for 3. Good! Troy Slaby for 3. And we're up to 37-13. 1:15 left. Hanuska all the way to the rack. Foul called. Basket count. Darvell Peoples with the basket, or with the foul, beg your pardon. And Kyle Hanuska on the free throw line to try and convert a 3-point play. Aiden McGee and Kyle Goodman out. Minute and 8 seconds remaining here in the first half. Vikings leading 37-15. And the referees talking with Hanuska. So everything checked out there. Free throw rattles through, and Hanuska has 9, and it's 37-16 with a minute and 5 to play. Slaby, no look pass inside to Kruger, up and good. Kruger's got 6, and it's 39-16, less than a minute to go. AJ Gray has it for the Redhawks, 45 seconds left. Outside now for Hanuska, top of the arc. 38, 37, 36 seconds to play. Hanuska down to the corner. Gray was heading into the middle. A pass came back to the outside, and a turnover by Milton. 33.3 to go. 39-16, Vikings in front. And Slaby runs the floor for Stoughton. They'll likely play for the last shot here. Down to 26, 25, 24 to play. Slaby out near half court with 16, 15, 14 seconds. Now McGee, 10 seconds left. Slaby has it back, bobbled off his hip, and it's an over and back call. 6.7 seconds left. Isaac Phillips in for Milton.
Back in for Milton is number 10, Phillips, and number 2, Hansing.
Ethan Hansing back in for the Redhawks as well. 6.7 seconds remaining. Hansing to inbound. And comes in to Phillips. Hansing with 3, 2. Hansing outside, 3 on its way at the buzzer is short. And that shot was taken by Mark Bowditch. And we have reached the end of the first half with our score. The Stoughton Vikings 39 and the Milton Redhawks 16. We'll take a timeout and come back. Second half coming up. This is high school boys basketball, the Badger South Conference on WSTO TV. Beginning of the second half now, the Milton Redhawks trailing the Stoughton Vikings by a score of 39-16. And in the first half, Kyle Hanuska with 7 for Milton, 3 for Griffin Allen, 2 points for Josh Terrell. AJ Gray had 2, Mark Bowditch had 1, and Noah Phillips had 1. That totals up to 16. The Redhawks 6 of 13 from the field in the first half, and 3 of 5 from the free throw line. And for the Vikings, which we will get here for you in just a second, Vikings led by Tommy McLean with 7, DiBenedetto and Nate Kruger with 6, Darvell Peoples, David Graffine, and Derek Gilbertson with 5. Troy Slaby had 3, and Kyle Goodman with 2. Vikings shot 16 of 40 from the field in the first half, and they were 4 of 4 from the free throw line. And so we get ready for the second half now, with the Vikings leading by a score of 39-16. A couple other notes about Viking athletics. Team State Wrestling will be at the UW Fieldhouse on Friday, March 3rd. Vikings will be in match 2 on Friday against Waterford. Individual State Wrestling is at the Kohl Center next weekend, which is February 23rd through the 25th. 400-yard freestyle in boys swimming. That'll be this weekend at the UW Natatorium. And then boys hockey, the Vikings ended their season with a loss, 7-2 against the Waukesha Wings yesterday. And girls hockey, the Icebergs, they also ended their season with an 8-0 loss to the Cap City Cougars. And finally, the girls basketball team, they picked up a #1 seed in Section 3, and they will play either Baraboo or Reedsburg here in Stoughton next week on the 24th. And that'll be a 7 o'clock start here at Stoughton High School. So we begin the second half now. with the Vikings leading by a score of 39-16. I'll get this right sooner or later. And Isaac Phillips with it. Bowditch for Milton. Hansing into the lane, nice crossover, and missed the shot. Rebound comes down to Tommy McLean. Now Slaby with it. Spot three is good. Troy Slaby has 6, and it's now 42-16. And a foul called in the backcourt against number 4, Jordan DiBenedetto. That'll be his first. Team foul number 1 here in the second half. 17:22 to go in the game. Vikings up 42-16. On the inbound, Hansing with it. Up the far sideline, now cuts toward the middle. Hansing just inside the half-court line with Darvell Peoples on him. And now to Hanuska. On the wing, Slaby on him. Hanuska, reverse layup, good job. 9 points for him, and it's 42-18. A little over a minute gone here in the second half. Slaby from way downtown missed. And the rebound is taken by Hansing. Up the far sideline, bobbled, ends up on the floor. Phillips has it. Hansing slow to get up. And that pass is intercepted by Slaby. And the backside pass for DiBenedetto as Hansing came across and hit Jordan in the shoulder or the head or somewhere. Foul against Hansing. That's his second team foul here in the second half. I beg your pardon, first team foul. 16:34 to go. Inside pass, DiBenedetto tried a slam on an alley-oop. Ball just slipped out of his hands, and he hung onto the rim, and it bounced back up. Hansing had it stripped by Fernholtz, out of bounds, last touch by McLean. And the ball will stay with Milton down on this end. 16-16 to play as A.J. Gray checks back in. Hansing a little shaken up after that last exchange down on the other end. Will have a seat. Inbounds play down to the corner for Isaac Phillips. And Gray trying to get it on a cut. Slaby intercepted it. And Slaby from the wing, now free throw line. Moves back. Here's Peoples with it. He'll turn the corner, kicks it outside. Tommy McLean for 3, and good. McLean for 3, and he's got 10. 45-18, 15:50 to go. And a timeout called by the Redhawks. So a full timeout here. 15:50 remaining. Vikings leading 45-18. Vikings now 18 of 44 from the field. They're 5 of 16 from beyond the three-point line. And Milton has taken but 15 shots all told. And they are 1 of 3 from beyond the three-point line. So we have 15:50 to go here in the second half. And the Vikings are comfortably in front by a score of 45-18. Again, Vikings with 2 more Badger South Conference games coming up next week. On Tuesday, it'll be the 21st. They'll be at Fort Atkinson. And then they will be at Edgewood on Thursday, the 23rd. So off of this full timeout, the Redhawks will inbound from their own backcourt, and it comes into A.J. Gray, and he has 2 points and runs the floor for the Redhawks. 15:43 to go in the game. Vikings up 45-18. Gray still with it, and now that will be to Noah Phillips. Phillips on the wing. Stops, and now Hanuska has it. Hanuska, free throw line, jumper, good. Kyle Hanuska with the basket, and it's now 45-20, and Hanuska has 11. Jordan DiBenedetto from the corner, an air ball out of bounds, last touched by Milton. Darvell Peoples to inbound for the Vikings. Into DiBenedetto in the lane. Turnaround jumper is good. And DiBenedetto has 8, and it's 47-20. Coming up on 15 minutes remaining. Kyle Hanuska has it for the Redhawks. Slaby and DiBenedetto chase him. Down to the corner now. Phillips with it on the wing. Zip pass across the floor to this side. Noah Phillips, reverse layup, short. Tommy McLean has the rebound for the Vikings. And Slaby with it now. Slaby, free throw line. Pull-up jumper in the lane, good.
Slaby for 2.
49-20, 14:27 to play. Slaby has 8 in the game. Baseline drive into the lane. That is batted aside. Tommy McLean fights for the ball, finally comes up with it. Here's Fernholtz, DiBenedetto to the block. Wrapped around to the other side. Slaby for 3, short. Rebound, tip, and now it's going to be a 3-on-1 break for the Redhawks. A stop and down to the corner for Gray. Now near side. Hanuska, pull-up jumper from the free throw line is good. And Hanuska now has 13. 49-22, 13:51 to play. DiBenedetto outside. Fernholtz winds up for 3. That's no good. And McLean has an offensive rebound. Backside, DiBenedetto at the block. Stops, up, and good. Jordan DiBenedetto gets the Vikings into the 50s. It's now 51-22. At the block, back just inside the arc now, and here is A.J. Gray for the Redhawks. Isaac Phillips. Phillips lost the handle on it, taken away by McLean. He'll scoop it up, dish to Slaby, and he scores. Slaby up to 10, and it's now 53-22, coming up on 13 minutes left. A.J. Gray has the ball for Milton. Slaby all over him, and now to the near side line for Hanuska. Just inside the arc, pull-up jumper, foul called on DiBenedetto. That'll be a Stoughton foul on DiBenedetto. So DiBenedetto picks up his second, and Kyle Hanuska on the line with 13 points, knocks down the first free throw. Wholesale substitution here for the Vikings, 5 in, 5 out. So now it's going to be Kyle Goodman, Nate Kruger, Aiden McGee, Nick Hutcherson, and Brady Shipper for the Vikings. And the second free throw is good. So Hanuska now with 15, and it's 53-24 with 12:44 to go. Hutcherson has it for the Vikings, top of the arc. Now Kruger down to McGee. McGee stops, outside Hutcherson, 3, got it! Nick Hutcherson for 3. 56-24, 12 and a half minutes left. Gray backs into the front court. Hutcherson, that was his first basket, by the way. Griffin Allen out above the arc. Skip pass over to Gray. Nice save before it went sailing into the bench. 12-12 to go in the second half. Mark Bowditch with it through a double team. McGee and Brady Shipper, and now it's finally out of bounds. Last touched by the Vikings. Danny Weitzel in. A.J. Gray sits down. I beg your pardon. Hanuska sits down for the Redhawks. 12:02 left. Milton to inbound and threw it to nobody. McGee has it, and McGee, an offensive foul. So Aiden McGee picks up his first personal. Ethan Hansing in for the Redhawks, and Gray will sit down. 11:58 to go. Vikings 56 and the Redhawks 24. Hansing to run the floor for Milton. Hansing bounces it to the wing and a drive through a double team. That's blocked by Hutcherson, but a foul called, probably more on the body. And it's going to be Nate Kruger with the foul. That's his fourth team foul. First free throw well short. Noah Phillips on the line. Milton 5 of 7 from the free throw line. That miss makes them 5 of 8. And now 6 of 9. And the score is 56-25. 11:47 to play. Chance Nelson in for the first time for Milton. Brady Shipper has it for Stoughton. Hands it to Hutcherson. Hutcherson, free throw line, kicked out. McGee with it on the far side wing. Hutcherson with it back. Brady Shipper now. Inside, Kyle Goodman at the block. Back to the outside, Shipper. Pull-up jumper from the lane. No. Offensive rebound, and that's stolen away. Mark Bowditch coming back the other way. Bowditch to the rack, foul called. And Brady Shipper picks up the foul with a block, and that'll be his second, 5th team foul. Mark Bowditch on the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. Missed the first. 56-25 our score. 11:17 time remaining here in the second half. Missed the second one. So now the Redhawks are 6 of 11 from the line. Shipper hands to Hutcherson. He'll take a spot 3. They left him by himself, and he buries the 3. Hutcherson has 6, and it's 59-25. And on the other end, a long 2 is good for Weitzel. And Weitzel has his first basket tonight, 59-27. 10:50 to play here in the second half. Hutcherson, top of the arc. Now McGee on the wing. Back to Hutcherson. Kyle Goodman into the corner for Shipper. Baseline drive to the block and missed the layup. Kruger with the rebound, and the putback is good. Kruger with the basket, 61-27. And on the other end, we've got a foul as Bowditch heads to the line for 2. Aiden McGee picks up the foul for the Vikings. And Bowditch on the free throw line to shoot 2 free throws. First one missed. That was the 6th team foul, by the way, against the Vikings. Sean McLaury in for the first time now for the Vikings. Hutcherson out. Second free throw is good, and it's now 61-28. Vikings up by 33. Sean McLaury with it. Baseline drive, whipped all the way back out to McGee out near half court. And now Goodman behind the back, into the lane. Here's Shipper, free throw line jumper is good. Shipper has his first basket tonight, 63-28. 10 minutes to go. Hansing for Milton. McLaury out to challenge him defensively. And down to the corner, and that's underneath the hand of Chance Nelson as it goes out of bounds. So a turnover by the Redhawks, and the Vikings will inbound with 9:53 remaining. 63-28 Vikings. McLaury hands it to Shipper. Shipper, free throw line, outside Kyle Goodman to the block. Nice pass across. Kruger missed it. Got his own rebound, put back as blocked, but a foul called. They're going to not give him the shot. The foul goes against Bowditch. That's his first and the second team foul. David Graffine into the lineup for the Vikings. And he will inbound for Stoughton. Inbounds play, McLaury. And now Kruger near side wing. Graffine in the corner. A no-look pass down to McLaury. Graffine has it back. 9:26 left. McLaury has it on the wing. Shipper. Bounce pass into Kruger. Bobbled it, and fortunate for the Vikings, it last touched Danny Weitzel on its trip out of bounds. And now Kyle Hanuska back into the Redhawk lineup. Bowditch will head out for a while. 9:18 left. Inbounds play to McLaury. Inside to Goodman on the block, and he traveled. Turnover by Stoughton with 9:14 remaining. Ethan Hansing, the 5'9 senior for Milton, brings it up the floor. And now on the near side wing, Weitzel with it. Inside pass, back to the outside, Hansing in the corner. 9 minutes even to go. On the block, back out to the top of the arc, and that will go to Noah Phillips. Weitzel inside on the block, jumper blocked by Goodman, can't save it from out of bounds, going out of bounds, and ball stays with Milton. As Derek Gilbertson is in, Kruger trots out. Clock stopped, 8:49 left here in the second half, 63-28 Stoughton. Hanuska down the lane and left the layup short. Rebound comes down to Stoughton, and now Brady Shipper has it. Shipper, nice dish underneath to Goodman, heads to the left side, missed it. Rebound comes down to Isaac Phillips for the Redhawks. Hansing trying to get around McLaury. Nice spin move through a double team, missed the layup. Graffine has the rebound, and McLaury with it now up the far sideline. 8:19 to play. Graffine, free throw line, pull-up jumper. No, off the rebound comes down to Isaac Phillips. And now Hansing trots across the timeline. Near side wing is Weitzel. Weitzel out above the arc now for Phillips. 8 minutes left. Near side corner, three is off the front iron. Rebound ended up in the hands of Derek Gilbertson. Sean McLaury has it now. Down to the corner for Shipper. Shipper into the lane. Zip pass across to Gilbertson, and he traveled. 7:42 to go. Josh Terrell back in for the Redhawks, and out goes Weitzel. 7:42 remaining in second half, 63-28. Vikings in front. Hansing. Now Hanuska. Hanuska pull-up jumper, in and out, no good. Rebound tipped off the backboard, and Graffine has it for Stoughton. Graffine lopes across the timeline. Goodman inside Gilbertson, good strong hook shot, and gets the bounce. Derek Gilbertson with the basket. And now Hansing on the other end is blocked by Graffine, but a foul called, and it goes against Gilbertson, and that will be the 7th team foul against the Vikings. So Gilbertson with his first, make it second. Hansing on the free throw line for two. Mitch Fuller in for the Vikings. Brady Shipper goes out. Second free throw good. So with 7:09 to go, it's now 65-30. And a long pass ahead, Fuller with it near side. Now McLaury with it. And Graffine. McLaury has it back between the circles. That pass is an intercept. Back the other end, layup no good. Fuller has the rebound. Now McLaury up ahead for Kyle Goodman. And that shot was no good. Kyle Goodman missed a three. Over to this near side now. Inside pass, that was batted away. And McLaury has it. McLaury around traffic. Nice dish underneath to Gilbertson, and he'll score. Derek Gilbertson has 9, and it's 67-30. 6:23 to play. Bounce pass to the block, into the lane. Left-hand layup is good, and that's for Noah Phillips. And Phillips has 4. On the other end, McLaury missed the shot. He's going to draw the foul, though. He'll head to the line for 2. Foul against 34. Noah Phillips, that's his second, and the third team foul. Sean McLaury on the line for 2. First one rattles in and out. That's the first Viking free throw miss tonight. Tyler Anderson in for the first time for Stoughton. Kyle Goodman goes out. McGlory's second free throw is no good either. So count stays 67-32 Stoughton, 6:06 to go. Near side corner, Hansing inside. They'll zip it out above the arc. A three is off the mark for Hanuska, and a foul called away from the ball, perhaps on the rebound. And it's going to go against 10, Isaac Phillips. Fourth team foul. 67-32, Vikings in front, 5:48 to play in the game. Far side on the wing, here's a three, and that's blocked, and the rebound taken by Milton. Shot was taken by Mitch Fuller, and all the way to the other end. That's going to be goaltending. So give Bowditch the basket. 67-34. Been doing this a long time, and I think I can count the number of times at the high school level I've seen a goaltending call on both hands and have a lot of fingers left over. Here's McGlory down to the block for Gilbertson. He had his pocket pick. McGlory reaches in, tips it away. He'll wind up for three and hit it. Sean McGlory for three. 70-34. And McGlory has his first basket tonight. Approaching 5 minutes to go. Kyle Hanuska. And inside the arc, here's a long two. That's no good. Offensive rebound taken by Bowditch. That's blocked from behind by Graffine, but a foul called. So Graffine picks up the foul. That's an 8th team foul against Stoughton, and Graffine's first. And that's going to send Mark Bowditch to the free throw line to try 2 free throws. First one good. Makes our score 70-35. And Chance Nelson returns to the Redhawk lineup. Noah Phillips will get a break. Bowditch's second free throw is good. And it's now 70-36. And Milton is 11 of 17 from the free throw line. McGlory on the far sideline. Fuller. And now Graffine with it. Baseline drive. Nifty move there. No good. Got his own rebound. Put back is good. 72-36. A three from this near side for Bowditch is good. And that makes it 75-39. And that's only the second three-pointer of the night made for Milton. They're 2 of 7 from beyond the arc. Gilbertson. Now Tyler Anderson in the corner. 4:15 to go. McGlory with it, near side wing. And Graffine. McGlory's got it back. Here's a baseline drive. Lost a handle on it and bounced off his knee, and it goes out of bounds. Turnover to Milton. Griffin Allen back into the Redhawk lineup, and Isaac Phillips will have a seat. 4:07 to play in the game. Vikings 72 and Milton 39. Hanuska to the block. That shot no good. Rebound comes down to McGlory, and we're under 4 minutes to play. Derek Gilbertson hands it to Tyler Anderson. Bounce pass to this side. Fuller for three, and he drains it. Senior Mitch Fuller gets in the books for three. 75-39. An off-balance shot is no good from Bowditch. Anderson with the save. And now McGlory trapped in the backcourt, dribbles his way out of traffic. 3:30 to play. Inside pass, Gilbertson, short, rebound, out of bounds, off of Milton. Torrance Rogers and Paul Coleman check in for the Vikings. McGlory and Anderson go out. A.J. Gray back in for the Redhawks. Josh Terrell back in for Milton as well. 3:25 left to play here in the second half. Vikings leading 75-39. Inbounds Rogers. And now Gilbertson with it above the arc. Gilbertson puts it on the floor. Now Graffine pull up nice dish underneath to the block, and that goes to Gilbertson. 77-39. Gilbertson now with double-digit scoring. He's got 11. A.J. Gray out above the arc now. This is Terrell down to the corner. Zip pass back outside for Allen on the sideline. That's Chance Nelson. And we've got a whistle, a full timeout taken by the Redhawks here on this near side. 2:46 to play. Vikings 77 and the Redhawks 39. So taking a look at the Vikings, they're approaching their season average at 81.7. They have 77 now. Defensively during the season, they've given up 62.5, so they're well below that at 39 giving up right now. And the Vikings would appear to be going to 9-1 on the season. They'll be 17-3 after this contest. And off the timeout, the Redhawks will have the ball. 2:46 remaining in the game. Vikings leading 77-39. Inbounds play goes to Chance Nelson, and now A.J. Gray has it. 2:37, 36, and 35 left here in the contest. Inside pass, turnaround jumper is good for Garrett Pertizzi. And it's now 77-41. Back on the other end underneath. Shot hits the underside of the rim. Gilbertson stripped, and that's shot is partially blocked. And we're down to 2:11, 2:10, and 2:09 to go. So shot pass goes to the outside. Terrell. And that pass is batted down. Paul Coleman with it. And now Tyler Anderson across to the other side. Rogers to the block. His floating jumper is no good. Ball tipped and saved, but to Milton. And then Coleman comes back across and reaches in. Will get charged with a foul. That'll be the 9th team foul. Coleman's first. Mitch Fuller back in. Graffine goes out. A.J. Gray heads to the free throw line for a 1-and-1. Gray's free throw is no good. Rebound tipped in the air, and Milton can't hold on to it. It goes out of bounds, belongs to Stoughton. 1:42 to play. Vikings 77 and the Redhawks 41. Coleman lobs it ahead. Torrance Rogers. Coleman gets it back on the wing. Fuller. Now Tyler Anderson inside, back to the outside. And Fuller. Gilbertson on the block. Gilbertson to the basket, and he's fouled. Foul against 42. Peyton Balch, that's his first. 15 foul. And Derek Gilbertson on the line. Vikings 4 of 6 from the free throw line tonight. While we have a second here during the free throws, let me pass along thanks to our crews who have been on a rotating basis more or less through the course of the season. In and out, no good on the second free throw. Christy and Ben directing out in the back room over there, and a variety of camera guys through the course of the season as well, thanks to them. And Kevin, who normally is up here helping me with stats. We've got Preston up here tonight helping with stats, doing a nice job. And of course, thanks to our underwriters for helping us bring you fall and winter sports. This is our last regular season basketball game of the year, and we are less than a minute to go. High pass goes down to Rogers for a long 2 or 3, I guess it was, and then the foul on the rebound comes down off of Coleman. Of course, we would be remiss without passing along thanks to Derek Westby and staff at the office for all of their technical guidance. Next year we will be in, well, at least for football anyway, we'll start off in hockey for sure. We will be in high definition online, so hope you'll join us for that. Actually, we may even be in it for soccer this spring yet. 2 free throws missed. We're down to 43, 42, and 41 seconds. Coleman has it. Fuller, Rogers, and Tyler Anderson in the corner. 77-41 Vikings. Gilbertson bobbled it out of bounds. 29.1 seconds left. A.J. Gray has it for the Redhawks, getting around Anderson. Gray to the rack. Bounced into the wall. That was Derek Gilbertson. And a riot. Gilbertson and Gray exchange pleasantries, and a wry smile from A.J. Gray. And the Vikings will get it ahead to Rogers. And we wish all of the seniors all the very best, the teams of the winter sports. Good luck going forward into the postseason. And we have reached the end. The Vikings 77 and Milton 41. So with the win tonight, the Vikings improved to 9-1 in the Badger South, and they are now 17-3 overall. And for Milton, with the loss, they dropped to 1-10 overall, 1-10 in the Badger South, and they are 2-19 overall. Taking a look at our scoring summary for tonight. It was Kyle Hanuska with 15, Mark Bowditch with 9. This is for Milton. Noah Phillips had 4, Griffin Allen with 3, Hansing, Pratisi, Terrell, A.J. Gray, and Danny Weitzel all with 2 points. That totaled up to 41. And the Redhawks shot 14 of 31 from the field. They were 2 of 7 from beyond the three-point line and 11 of 20 from the free throw line. And we'll get you the numbers for the Vikings here. Vikings were led by Derek Gilbertson with 11, Jordan DiBenedetto with 10, Slaby with 10, McLean with 10, Nate Kruger had 8, David Graffine with 7, Hutcherson with 6, Darvell Peoples had 5, McLaury with 3, Fuller with 3, Shipper and Kyle Goodman had 2 apiece, and that totals up to 77. Vikings shot 32 of 73 from the field tonight, 9 of 25 from beyond the three-point line, and they shot 4 of 8 from the free throw line. And again, our final score here, the Vikings 77 and the Redhawks 41. That's going to do it for us from Stoughton High School. And again, thanks to everybody involved over the last couple of months for winter sports. We'll see you in the spring for soccer. And until then, James Weingard from Stoughton High School. This has been a presentation of WSTO Sports in association with Stoughton High School. For more, go online, WSTO.TV. Thanks for being with us. Good night from Stoughton High School.
This broadcast of Stoughton High School Boys Basketball is brought to you through generous support of these WSTO supporters: Stoughton Hospital, a proud supporter of WSTO programming. Stoughton Hospital is a 2010 Wisconsin Forward Award Master recipient, providing exceptional personalized service. Trusted care close to home. The UPS Store of Stoughton. You can't do it all at once, but you can do it all in one place. 2364 Jackson Street, next to Papa Murphy's. Crest Funeral and Cremation Services, love and concern in action. The three things Crest values the most are service, service, and service. A proud supporter of WSTO programming. Radio Shack and Hanson Electronics of Stoughton. Your local U.S. Cellular and Dish Network authorized dealer. Pizza Pit of Stoughton, a proud supporter of WSTO programming and the official pizza of WSTO's staff.